It began, as many enduring stories do, not with spectacle, but with simplicity. In the early 2000s, within the historic walls of a Scottish university, two young individuals crossed paths: Prince William, carrying the weight of legacy, and Catherine Middleton, grounded yet quietly remarkable. Their connection did not ignite overnight. It grew in shared lectures, familiar corridors, and long conversations that slowly turned friendship into something deeper. Away from the full glare of public life, they found a rare space to simply be themselves, and perhaps, in those early years, the foundation of everything that followed was quietly being built: trust, understanding, and a companionship that would later be tested by a world constantly watching. No relationship of significance remains untouched by pressure, and theirs was no exception. As attention intensified and responsibilities began to take shape, the couple faced a moment that would define their resilience. In 2007, they stepped away from each other, a decision shaped not by absence of feeling, but by the overwhelming demands surrounding them. For many, such a break might signal an end, but for them, it became a pause, a necessary distance that allowed clarity to emerge. When they found their way back to one another later that year, it was not the same relationship they had left behind. It was stronger, steadier, and built with a deeper sense of commitment. Years later, far from the noise of public expectation, a quiet moment in Kenya would change everything. In November 2010, Prince William proposed, offering not just a promise of marriage, but a symbol deeply woven with memory: the sapphire ring once worn by his mother. It was a gesture that carried emotion far beyond words, resonating with millions who still remembered the legacy of Diana. Then came April 29, 2011, a day that transformed a personal story into a global moment. At Westminster Abbey, tradition met modern grace as Catherine stepped into her role with calm dignity. The world watched, not just a wedding, but the beginning of a new chapter for the monarchy itself. With time, the grandeur of ceremony gave way to the rhythm of everyday life. Together, they built a family, welcoming 3 children into a world unlike any other. Yet, within that extraordinary framework, they pursued something deeply ordinary: a sense of normalcy. School runs, shared moments, and a conscious effort to shield their children from unnecessary intrusion became part of their quiet priorities. Alongside this, their roles grew. With the ascension of King Charles III, they stepped further into the spotlight, not with haste, but with purpose. Their work reflected a modern understanding of duty, focusing on mental health, early childhood, and the environment, causes that speak not only to tradition, but to the future. 15 years on from that day in Westminster Abbey, what remains most striking is not just the longevity of their marriage, but its consistency. In an institution often defined by scrutiny and change, they have come to represent something steady. Their journey, from university companions to central figures of the monarchy, has unfolded with a quiet strength that resonates beyond royal walls. It is a relationship shaped by time, tested by pressure, and sustained by mutual respect. As they mark this milestone, they stand as more than a couple. They represent continuity, yes, but also evolution, a bridge between what the monarchy has been and what it must become in a changing world.